that we face. And the publishers asked us to write this book. And so the book is focuses on the 12 attitudinal healing principles as guiding posts or perhaps a platform to encourage people to tap into their inner peace, that a lot of times it's not what happened to us, but how we handle it. The actions that we take or the activities that, you know, evolve around incidents or issues that happens to us.
You mentioned a few of them earlier. Let me mention a few more.
Yes.
I have them so outlined here. That health is inner peace and healing is letting go of fear.
Yes.
Giving and receiving are the same. We can let go of the past and of the future. Now is the only time there is, and each instant is forgiving. We can learn to love ourselves and others by forgiving rather than judging. And we become love finders rather than fault finders. And we are students and teachers to each other. And since love is eternal, death need not be viewed as fearful. There's a few of them.
Yes.
Attitudinal healing is such a courageous thing, because what it does, it requires the individual to really take responsibilities for their thoughts, their feelings, and their actions. Many times when something bad happens, or you may have old wounding, you want the person who did it to you to come and take care of it. But even if whatever that person might do, it's up to you to start the process of healing and to practice forgiveness. And that's the difficult part. So attitudinal healing is a courageous thing. It requires innovations. Sometimes you can use art. We use drumming. There are all kinds of tools you can use, but
storytelling.
Storytelling is very, very powerful. And we really practice telling our stories. Many times we don't really share the stories of the ancient wounding because we have so much shame around it. But by being willing to tell the story and then allow the healing to come in and then practice the art of forgiving.
Okay.
And that's the really difficult part. And it requires courage. It requires courage to be able to accept someone that you can't change. I can't change you, but I can accept you. And I can accept the fact that I can change the way I think about you.
John Oddberg, a Presbyterian minister in Menlo Park, he says, everybody's normal until you get to know them.
That is so true.
So it's a lot of forgiveness it takes to heal people.
It's just like, we're in the anniversary of Rodney King.
That's right.
It's 20 years.
20 years.
Can we all get along? That's still a question that we have to ask ourselves. Are we able to get along? Are we able to forgive each other? Are we able to live peacefully together? Peacemaking. I know Kokomon was doing some work around peace, and this is really, really interesting.
That's correct. As you are aware, we were invited by Marianne Williamson to serve on the board of Peace Alliance, an organization whose mission was to inspire Congress to create a peace department. So we serve on that board for about 8 years. And I just brought some information to share with your audience, is that according to the U.S. 2012 Peace Index, the U.S. is more peaceful than the past 20 years. That the Institute uses 5 peace indicators to measure peace. Number 1, number of people in prison, number of police officers, number of homicides, incidents of violent crimes, availability of small crimes. And it went on to say important factors to peace are economic opportunities, education, health, and social capital. That if the whole, every state in the United States practice one of the principles of attitudinal health is inner peace. This would translate to $274 billion in economic output, meaning employing people and kids going to school and all that good stuff. So what we are talking about in terms of how we measure success in the West or in the United States, meaning when we practice peace and we are at that place of peace, this really can promote health, wellness, it can promote economic output, it can, so many things can happen.
A lot of healing comes from that.
Exactly. And so mothers, since this program will be, we are doing this for mothers, women can play a very important role. And now I just want to say that a lot of women already doing this. A lot of, like somebody like Marianne Williamson, she travels all over the world to inspire women, to let women know that if women come together and make sure that no child in the United States should go to bed hungry, it can happen. If we
mentioned earlier also that $49,000 is spent for a person who's in prison, and only $12,000 is spent for a person to educate.
So you see how the more we can begin to heal, the more we can begin to really change those indicators. The fact that we can, if we reduce the prison population, we'll increase our peace. If we reduce the number of police we have, we increase our peace. Because let's face it, the first defense for a community is that community.